Hey, Rebekka, how you doing today?
Hi, good. How are you?
I'm excellent. Thank you so much for joining me.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Well, the new season of Glow is here on Netflix. Can you tell the listeners about the new season and the role that you play on the show?
Sure. So in the first season of Glow, the girls were just learning how to wrestle and trying to put together a television show. And this year we actually have the show. We're shooting a series, and so this season we amp up the wrestling moves. The drama between the girls starts because we're getting a little bit competitive for airtime, but ultimately we all come together and triumph working as a team. My character is Dawn Rivecca, and I am one half of a tag team duo called the Beatdown Biddies. So I wrestle as an old lady who lives in a nursing home.
Well, I got to ask you, and you said you ramped up the drama and the wrestling. Have you ramped up the rapping in this season? That was always my favorite part of the original one.
Oh my gosh. We don't have rap this season per se, but we have plenty of things that sort of are the equivalent of that kind of craziness that came from the original Glow in the 80s. So there's going to be a little bit more like sketch comedy. There is some singing and dancing. There's just stuff that like you beyond your wildest dreams, really. And I've been doing comedy for a long time, but when I got some of these scripts, when I saw some of the things we had to do, we have an amazing well of inspiration in the original Glow, and I feel like people are going to be really excited.
Excellent. Were you familiar at all with the original one, or I mean, did you follow wrestling at all growing up?
I did. I actually watched Glow when I was a kid, and I loved it. And so when this show came back up and I saw that it was Genji Cohan and I was getting to audition with my comedy partner and, eventually we are on the show together, it was so exciting. But I followed wrestling when I was little, and it's been in my periphery. But once I booked Glow, I really started watching wrestling again and fell back in love with it. And now I'm 100% obsessed.
Well, yeah, I know you guys actually had to train and mix it up in the ring for real. So I mean, obviously, this is more than just your average acting gig.
Yeah, we end up doing almost all of our own stunts. Occasionally, a stunt woman will come in if it's something that basically would take too long for one of us to do, like our huge, jumping from the ceiling type thing. But really, we learned every wrestling move, and we trained for 4 weeks before season 1, 4 weeks before season 2, and on our days off from shooting. So, yeah, I can definitely wrestle now, but don't tempt me on the street.
So maybe somewhere down the road, we might see you in the wrestling ring for real somewhere.
Yeah, if I ever made a cameo in the wrestling ring, I would be one of those people just on the side. I'd play a great manager, where maybe I get mixed up in the match for every once in a while. But I wouldn't really want to go toe to toe with these people that are on the road 300 days a year, like perfecting it. I can wrestle on my show because it's a lot safer.
Again, Rebekka Johnson with us. She's part of the cast of Glow and the new season now on Netflix. And Rebekka, I know it's hard enough to be an actor, but I imagine, with the injuries probably and, taking bumps, putting all that on top of just normal acting stuff must be probably your most intense role, would you say?
Yeah, it's definitely intense. Season 1, I had tendonitis in my knees. I had pulled my calf right before we started shooting. I sprained the ball of my foot. I would constantly have like neck pain and back pain. And yeah, it's honestly the best job I've ever done. And so when we were shooting, I would go to physical therapy and they'd be like, well, the thing you have to do is rest. And I'm like, well, that's the thing I can't do. So just get me through the season. And so they got me through the season. I iced, I heated, I took ibuprofen. And once we were done shooting, then I really did the physical therapy and got massages. And then I started working out a little bit more. So something you learn is that core strength and ab strength actually helps you not get injured when you're trying to wrestle. So season 2, I was a lot better.
Well, we've had Kia Stevens on the show before, and she was the real deal during her in-ring career. What was that like working with her, working with Kia?
she is amazing, and it was so cool to work with her and have her as a resource because there's just so much amazing. There's so much amazing history and lessons about wrestling, and wrestling with her, she looks like she's going to tear you apart. But when you wrestle with her, it feels like butter. She just kind of like moves you in the right position and slams you on the ground, and somehow you feel great.
Yeah, I think a lot of people might be quick to write off, professional wrestling, but as you can attest to now, it's not only you're an actor, but you got to memorize lines, do them live. You're a stuntman. You're a truck driver. All that stuff.
Yeah, wrestling is a athletic art form. It's definitely such an amazing way to tell a story, and that's kind of what brings people back. Is the stories that are told in the wrestling ring. That's what's so fun, is the rivalries. It's the good versus evil. And then you get to see, flips. And then, it's such an adrenaline pumping thing. We just went to SmackDown earlier this week, and it was awesome just to be there and feel the energy of the crowd. And definitely people had to hold me back from just running in there.
Well, Rebekka, have you, or maybe any of the cast, had a chance to interact with any of the original girls from Glow?
Yeah, we have. We've gotten to meet a few of the ladies. I got headlocked by Matilda the Hun, which she's definitely not as gentle as getting a headlock from any of the girls in our show. I was like, oh my God, this lady's in a wheelchair and she's gonna rip my head off. But yeah, and then we even interact with some of them online and stuff, and they're all really supportive. They all love the show, and they are such inspirations. And so I hope that they continue to have amazing careers, or that they get even a better jump start from this show.
Yeah, it's amazing the success, and it's great how it's all worked out. Of course, Glow was a little cheesy back in the day, and just wrestling in general, it would be easy to kind of write it off and say, oh boy, but obviously you guys have done such a great job, and season 2 is here now. I'm sure season 3 is already in the works.
Yeah, we don't know about season 3 yet. They actually haven't picked it up yet, and so it's going to be kind of based on if people watch the season 2, which that's going to help them pick it up. So I hope people do watch it, and I hope they don't write it off, because our show is about a bunch of women coming together, fighting against the odds, and ultimately triumphing. And then all along there's this campy wrestling and, all this over the top fun vaudeville style performance. And so it's a really fun show.
Well, Rebekka, I know over the years you've written, directed, produced, acted obviously, in a lot of stuff over the years. What's coming up for you? Is there anything else maybe you're working on? Yeah,
I'm making a short film this summer. So I wrote the short film, and I'm starring in it. It's called Consent, and it's actually directed by my comedy partner, Kimmy Gatewood, who's on Glow with me, because we don't spend enough time together during the Glow season that we have to work with each other in the summer. But yeah, we're shooting that short film, and then I'm directing a couple comedy sketches for College Humor. So it's nice. I'm sort of doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes when I'm not doing Glow, and then back on Glow, I'll get back in that spandex.
I'll give you some time to heal up too, maybe.
Yeah, that's true. I could sit around and be from when I'm working behind the camera.
Awesome. Again, Rebekka, I love the show, and I'm excited here for season 2 of Glow. And thank you so much for your time. I hope I can talk to you when season 3 rolls around.
Of course. Thank you so much.
All right, you bet. Bye-bye.